Everyone. My energy is a little bit more mellow for different reasons though. I think at the same time that I have young black people just trying to hold space without having white people try to intervene in that space and feeling the need to defend all the time, coupled with the fact that I know that some of my young brothers are probably being harassed by cops right now in the James Finch area. So for all of those reasons, my energy is just a bit more mellow. But I'm just going to read something, and I want you to tell me if you know the name of this person. On the night of September 24th, a young man was shot and killed by Peel police during a traffic stop in Brampton, Ontario. Carby was I just said his name. Anyway. Maybe you didn't hear. Okay, tell me the person's first name. He was riding in a black Jetta that was pulled over near Queen and Kennedy, and within moments, the officer had activated an emergency switch, calling for backup. Eyewitnesses reported that he exited the car with his hands up in what can only be assumed to be an attempt to show the police officers that he was unarmed and not a threat. One eyewitness stated that he had his hands up asking "what" to the cops, and he started walking towards them. She added that as she drove by, she didn't get to look back, but she heard gunshots, like 5 gunshots. His lifeless body was laid on the ground, and then after, the police handcuffed him. You know his name? And not many of us know of Jermaine. We do know of Michael Brown in the States, of Eric Gardner. We don't know of Jermaine and the many young black youth, cis and trans youth, and people of color who have been killed and continue to be harassed by the police and the state here in Canada. And so it's really hard because for a lot of us, and not even so much for myself, because I carry a lot of privilege and I live downtown at Lawrence, Grenada. So to be honest, this is not my experience, but it's the experience of many other young black people, cis and trans black women here, whose bodies are already inherently criminalized by the state, and who we approach already with mistrust and fear and disgust. And so it's really hard to get them riled up around Bill C-51 because all of their life they've been criminalized and treated as inherently disposable by the state. And so I'm with the Network for the Elimination of Police Violence, and we are a network of organizations and individuals organizing to create community-based responses to police violence and state violence. And we also recognize that our own privileges that we bring into the space, and so we do a lot of solidarity work with organizations already doing this work, such as the James Finch Action Against Poverty. So I think I have to keep it really short, so I'm just gonna wrap it up to say that it's really difficult to talk about anti-black violence and anti-black racism, even within progressive spaces. And so as much as we need to remain in solidarity with each other, thank you, Judy, for welcoming. I'm also an immigrant to this land, so thank you for that. We need to remain in solidarity, but we also need to have really difficult, intense, awkward conversations within our organizing spaces, looking at whose voices we continuously leave out, what assumptions we are making, and actually be willing to confront each other in that way, because many of the young black youth that we represent or that we try to work with are those that are already seen as thugs and that no one wants to work with, and it does take a lot of time to convince them that they can actually trust you. So I'll just leave it there and thank you.